Hi, welcome to nature. We are Nature Affinity. We are here to help you align with nature like we are at the moment outside,
Breathing in the fresh air.
admiring the artwork.
We will have daily videos here on Nature Affinity at 11:11, and that is in Pacific time. And here in this video, we're going to talk about ways to evolve your intuition and specifically applying to our own experience personally and how we have evolved in our own intuition. And now, what is intuition? It's your inner voice, like your inner guidance. It's your higher self calling you to fulfill your full potential, basically. And the first way that we have been able to evolve our intuition is by really evolving from being so analytical all the time, being so logical, because intuition isn't logical. Intuition, like if you can describe intuition, it's like chaos. It has a pattern that is disharmonious with like it can be considered chaotic, but there's an organized pattern to it. And when you get stuck in like being too analytical, you get like you're stuck in your head, like you're not being intuitive. Like it's basically that intuitive voice is what comes in before you start thinking and mess it all up.
You're jamming the radio signal from the higher powers of the
Exactly.
universe.
You're
The oneness, the one that we are all a part of.
you are muddling up the masterful song of the cosmos through not tuning your instrument, essentially, when you're too analytical and too logical about everything. Now,
Sorry.
that is the first way to be evolving your intuition. And we are going to share 6 different ways to evolve intuition in this video. Now, the second way, maybe you want to start with this one.
It's basically just removing yourself from a linear schedule or scripture, allowing yourself to embrace the breakdowns that come with life. Don't, fight it. The more you fight it, the harder it gets, really. You just kind of have to some extent, accept things for what they are and not hold attachment to it and move on from it. If you have to break down for a little bit and feel some shit about it first, by all means, do it. I'm a very emotional person.
Absolutely. And I've sometimes even had come to the conclusion that the best thing for me to do is to take a nap, because I'm like I just feel drained or like somehow like if I work for a super long day and I finally get home after driving for like 2 hours and I'm like, okay, the best thing for me to do right now is to just take a nap. And then when I wake up from that nap, I feel rejuvenated. Or another interesting thing to think is that we have a program to think of time linearly, and yet our days are circles. They restart every single morning. Our years are circles. Like, literally every method of time is a circle. And yet, in our minds, we want to think of it as some kind of a linear progression from somewhere to somewhere else. But it's not really like that. It's more like a spiral.
There's always fallbacks and push forwards. There's a lot of stumbles along the slippery slope that come to evolution.
It's the ebb and the flow, like the tides of the ocean. They come
An eddy
in
current.
and go out. It's like the eddy current in the river. It brings the water back around. And through that, you experience new things. Like it might seem similar, but in hindsight, everything is different.
Yeah.
The third way that we've been able to evolve our intuition, or the voice within, is to eat chakra-based foods. Crystalline?
Colorful foods, really. if you eat to the color palette that is available in your chakra system, you're going to have a little bit more fun in life. Some things are going to be fed on a base level, even if you are neglecting certain things. We eat a lot of fruit salads for breakfast because I have a lot of dietary restrictions. Can't eat gluten, and I have a lot of issues with nightshades. So I'm struggling with breakfasts a lot. So I've been making fruit salads with anywhere between like 6 to 12 different types of fruit with yogurt, coconut yogurt, and regular yogurt, so it's less fatty for my insides. Just my gallbladder and everything else, and it's so good. It just makes me happy to eat it, and it's in my fridge right now, and I'm kind of craving it right now, even though we had more earlier, or had some earlier, and it's a great snack. It helps to some extent curb the fact that I struggle with binging on bad foods. So yeah, it makes a big difference, and I have to substitute a lot of yams in and stuff like that. But a lot of what I eat is really colorful, and
Just like your makeup.
yeah, I am colorful.
And your hair.
By proxy.
And your energy. Our energy is very colorful. Like, I like to, and our crystals are very colorful. The greens, the blues, and the purples, and the fluorite. And I like to mix up myself a chia seed smoothie, which is it's a similar idea to the fruit salad, but it's like mixing all of it up into a smoothie, basically. Yeah. And I'm sure that you can attest to this as well, Crystalline, that when we eat those colorful foods and we don't, buy stuff off the dollar menu and eat processed junk, we have higher energy, and we're not, we don't feel as drained. Like, we can have that heightened level of intuition for longer, or tap into that signal because it's not being scrambled.
Yeah, I've lost the ability to even think or process much because I'm just in pain from eating food or trying to eat. I had so many different intolerances and issues that I didn't address for a while, and eventually I learned a bit more about it, and we're 2 years into it now. Cut out the nightshades in July or something along those lines. I don't really fully remember, but yeah.
And I do notice that, in general, our aura is stronger and brighter for those foods that we've been eating on a consistent basis. Because there definitely is something to, we are what we eat. Those whole foods that we've been eating are helping us evolve our intuition and be more sensitive to that voice inside telling us where to go next, or what to do, or how to fulfill our potential. So, Crystalline, maybe you want to take away the fourth way to evolve your intuition?
Basically, my fourth way to evolve my intuition is indulging in the things that give me passion, the things I'm most passionate about, the things that make me the happiest, because the more I do that, the more inspired I am as an individual. As a whole, it makes me happy, it puts me in a good mood, it makes me feel good about myself, and it's a medium to direct one of my things, one of my talents, and it helps because I'm also able to kind of help other people learn what I'm doing too now, so it's kind of cool in that sense, and that helps push me with other ideas with nature affinity and otherwise.
Absolutely. And that's why we do videos here, because we are out here aligning with nature, and we have a passion for adding value to other people that are also interested in nature and aligned with the content that we post. And so we end up actually, through uplifting others, we uplift ourselves in the process and become more sensitive to that voice within that's showing us how to actualize, how to self-actualize. Now, the fifth way that we've been evolving our intuition in our lives is to cultivate self-care through bathing in specific. Like for me, I don't use like the water, like the normal water in the shower to have a shower. I actually run the water through an electrolysis device and a purification filter before it even touches my skin. Because if you think about it, that water, it's like you can totally purify your water that you're drinking, but your skin, your cells of your body and your skin is very porous. And so if you're in the shower and you're still bathing with dirty water, you will be still having that absorbed into your system and bioaccumulating whatever toxins may be in that water.
Gross.
It is. You should see the filter when we got to change it. You don't want to see it. Did you have anything that you wanted to add to that one?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, there's, being a girl, there's a difference between, like, a quick shower and actually taking care of yourself. There's, like, exfoliating face washes. I have been double cleansing my face as of recently with gentle peeling masks and my usual face cleanser. And there's also, like, exfoliating my legs, my arms, my body as a whole. Things like that, just taking your time and enjoying the water. Kind of getting to a place that's warm and cozy in yourself and being comfortable within yourself and making sure you give yourself that love.
Absolutely. Without self-love, everything else, it really, really does fall apart. And one thing that I want to add to that, just before we move on, is that I like to bathe my feet in the river. I like to do what's called earthing or grounding, where I take my bare feet and I put them in the sand. I wiggle my toes in the sand on the side of the river, and I'm like, and then I go into the water. Like at this time of the year, it's literally like walking into a liquid glacier, which is awesome. It makes me feel so alive, and it taps me in more sensitively to that voice within.
Unfortunately, the cold hurts me. My feet don't take to it too well. Even in the summer, I have to be careful. When they get too cold, it starts just being excruciating. So I am not fully capable of endorsing the water thing on my feet, but I try
But
here and there.
You still like to wiggle your toes in the sand, though.
Yeah, I do. I like to walk around bare feet. As a kid, I grew up like hating footwear, and I still kind of don't like footwear. My dad and I have a lot of fights about me walking around bare feet. And even still, at 27, he still gives me shit for not wearing proper footwear.
Which is interesting, because him and I have actually had a conversation about how important this is for our health, to put our feet in the sand and wiggle our toes and have a good time.
It's kind of funny in a way.
And so our sixth way to evolve our intuition is through frequency therapy, audio therapy, or binaural beats, or just simply going on YouTube like Crystalline here.
I have a playlist on my channel, Cry Winterbird, and I called it Soul Sounds, and I have quite a variety. I think there's over 200 videos on it now, and there's a bunch of different things that are both like different frequency, hertz, sounds to listen to. There's a bunch of different things to listen to. I listen to them while I sleep. I leave them playing in my room all the time. I have different sounds for like seasons, different little outside nature sounds. Nature sounds is kind of how it started, kind of like how we are right out now. But like rain and thunderstorms and snowstorms and animals making sounds at night and stuff like that. It brings my soul to a different place. And I also dive into my oracle and my tarot with that usually, because it helps me kind of center myself with these. And it's made a difference. I have a lot of really weird dreams, and I've had a lot of weird epiphanies, and like it's been an interesting like 6+ months since I started making the playlist. And so yeah, if you're interested in any of those, I have a very extensive playlist that you can look through and find. There's a bunch of different sounds for different periods of time to listen to. Sometimes it's nice on headphones. Sometimes it's nice I just put it on my TV and leave it running for extended periods of time at a low volume. And it's very soothing, and I think my cats enjoy it when I'm not home too. I used to listen to the radio, and then I started not liking that, and then I started listening to Mr. Suicide Sheep playlists, which was like sort of low-key dubstep weirdiness. It's good stuff. I liked it, just at low volume, and then YouTube showed me a whole new world, and it's been great since.
Absolutely. And something I wanted to just add to that is that through our audio therapy that we've been doing for ourselves, we have gotten to the point where we can't listen to certain music anymore. Like, an example, like me and Crystalline both, like we really used to love listening to like Eminem.
We saw him.
We literally went and saw him, but
2014.
like, we cannot stand listening to Eminem anymore. We can't do it, like physically. It's like
we deleted him off of our playlists. He's and I keep going through and deleting certain music from my phone because there's some stuff that just it irritates me and I don't want to hear it. And some days and some months I'm searching for different music and I'm not like always finding it. Some days I'm struggling to find the thing that I'm craving to hear. It's kind of weird.
Absolutely. And like, we're not trying to hate on Eminem, but that's just a big example of somebody like we used to really resonate with that music and we used to listen to it all the time.
3 Days Grace.
And 3 Days Grace. Oh my God. We tried listening to 3 Days Grace recently and we were like, nope, not today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So really, like, when you get on that harmonious frequency, since our brains are receivers, it's like the great Nikola Tesla said. He said he never came up with the inventions that he created. His brain is a receiver for universal intelligence, so he received those ideas, and through his imagination, he was able to visualize that device working, and then he was able to use the workshop of his mind, of imagination, to create it. But it was all done through the intuition.
I dream up makeup looks sometimes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And just like I had that intuitive instinct to put a crystal, like right underneath the tripod in front of this video.
Now we have a party of crystals underneath the tripod in front of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I guess you could say that's a bonus way to increase your intuition. Is like, it's not necessarily the crystals themselves, but it's like the placebo effect. Like,
and when the way you use them and manipulate them and the energy you put into them as well.
Absolutely.
If you love them, they kind of love you. And these things have been sitting in the earth for millions of years. Like, it's insane for us to like have contact with and touch and be able to see. It's amazing. I don't know.
And the crystals themselves, they actually want to work with you. If you're on that harmonious frequency where the crystals can resonate with you, they will amplify it and they will work with you. And together, you and those crystals, like the crystal skull, and all of, like, we have so many crystals. There's so many.
And we've changed some of them too since we've gotten them. We were going through a bit of a strange, rough time in 2018, and during that time frame, I had an amethyst palm stone. I still have it. I think either you have it or I have it again. I don't remember. But I ended up kind of shattering the inside of the crystal. There's literally like, it was weird. It almost looked like mica the whole way through, the way that it was shattered and reflective, and it wasn't rainbow. And then the other side, it looked normal. It looked the same. It was insane. But I started antidepressants during that summer, so I was I was not doing good, and yeah, there was a lot of emotions that went into that crystal, and it's pretty intense to look at and think about now. Overall,
Absolutely. And those crystals, like that amethyst crystal, helped you to evolve your own intuition, to show you like ways that you can move past that state of mind that you were in. Just like recently, there's this crystal. I don't know if you can see it so good, but it almost looks like it has a unicorn in it. Like right there. You know, like at the bottom of the crystal.
yeah,
Almost looks like it has a unicorn in it. But very interestingly, this is aura quartz or clear quartz, basically with coloring. And
it was blue.
it was blue. And like it was also completely clear. Like when I first got it, there was none of the
Fractures
like the
throughout the side
fractures
of it.
or anything inside. Like that all showed up through this crystal's evolution.
And ours, and our
And-
experiences and need of protection in certain experiences. And
Absolutely. Like the crystals, they evolve with you. I guess that would be the seventh way, is to have that object of appreciation that helps you to just like when you're in that state of appreciation of something, like a crystal, you are tuned in to that universal energy. So you can get those downloads more frequently of that universal energy showing you, and your higher self showing you where to go next. Yeah, as you can probably see, it's starting to get dark here.
yeah,
So,
we're getting eaten.
and we got all the mosquitoes here chilling. Well, if you found this video of value, please share it. And subscribe if you want to see more content.
Give us some
We-
feedback. Sorry.
So, once again, we'll have a daily video at 11:11 Pacific time on a day-to-day basis. We're out here breathing in the fresh air.
Enjoying the birds. Not so much the mosquitoes. I feel really itchy. And babe, I look itchy. I know I look itchy.
They're definitely bugging us a little.
Bugging.
Especially Crystalline. They're bugging. But have a wonderful night. Peace.